Hope you're enjoying your Thursday so far, and thanks for joining us here on KXAN News at 4. Okay, so we are just halfway through April, which is kind of hard to believe a little bit, but today we're getting our first glimpse into May. Chief Meteorologist Bannin has a brand new outlook as we jump ahead.
Yeah, May, really important month for us. It's the wettest month of the year on average here in Central Texas. And just hours ago, we got the preliminary May forecast from the Climate Prediction Center, and they'll update this again for a final time on the final day of April, just before we begin May. So consider this a work in progress, but 2 weeks from now, we'll get their final outlook. For now, though, the May rainfall forecast is near normal, which we would take near normal. That's 5 inches of rain in Austin in May. We really need above normal to be able to catch up on all the rain that we've been missing the last few weeks, months, and years. But near normal is not terrible for us. Wetter than normal to the northeast of us, drier than normal as you head west and northwest of us. So that's the rainfall expectations from the Climate Prediction Center, their monthly outlook for next month. What about temperatures? As is so often the case here lately, looking for a warmer than normal month ahead here for the month of May. Now, what is normal for May? Well, the average high at the beginning of the month is in the low 80s, but then by the end of the month, it reaches the low 90s. We've already been setting the pace for the most 90s year to date in Austin area history. And of course, we'll be seeing even more of those as we expect here through the month of May. Average lows go from the low 60s at the beginning of the month to the low 70s at the end of the month. But this is the more important stat. More than 5 inches of rain in an average May in Austin. This is by far the wettest month of the year. No month even averages 4 to 5 inches of rain. It's 5 inches in May, and then every other month is less than 4 inches of rain. It's also our most severe weather month of the year, and we start to really ramp up the flash flooding concerns in May as well. So great idea to get ready for severe weather season, which has only had its occasional starts here so far, but it likely ramps up quite a bit over the next few weeks. All right, let's take you outside to what we're experiencing now, and that's a lot of clouds. Mid-level and high-level clouds making it look pretty gray outside. This is how it looks from our Lake Travis Oasis restaurant camera there. Of course, Lake Travis really needs the rain too, that we expect to get some of as we head through the weekend. In the near term, the story is more about the warmth and the humidity before we start talking about rain. A south-southeasterly flow continuing to pump in not just more moisture in the form of that humidity you're feeling today, but more warmth. 86 now, but we I think got to about 88, 89 earlier today, and the numbers fell when the clouds thickened up a bit more. We'll be still in the mid-80s here at 7, then 70s at 10, dropping into just the upper 60s. So a warm start to your day tomorrow, and we think we've got the chance to get to 90 tomorrow afternoon. That'll just depend on how many breaks in the clouds open up. So tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, overnight lows of 68, still breezy. Another breezy day tomorrow. We head for 90, which would likely mean our warmest day of the week. We're going to continue to deal with these rounds of clouds, though, that push in from the southwestern sky, which is why we think we'll have more clouds than sun here tomorrow. I want to draw your attention to the water vapor imagery. You see that swirl there? And then there's another one just off the coast of Southern California. These are two upper level lows that will actually merge into this main one, and then eventually help to increase the moisture, rain, and storms, and help to drive a cold front through Central Texas Easter Sunday morning. So in the meantime, plenty of clouds around tonight, plenty of clouds around tomorrow. Other than a stray sprinkle or some drizzle tomorrow morning, it should be a dry day. Then we start introducing storm chances into the hill country primarily Friday night into early Saturday morning. Some of these storms may be strong or severe, also some big rain makers. We think rain coverage, though, only about a third of the area getting wet, and that would largely be focused on the hill country Friday night into early Saturday morning. And then once we get into the daylight hours of Saturday, there's not going to be a lot of rain around, but there'll be some occasional showers and some isolated storms, even for the metro, with the highest rain chances Saturday during the day coming in the afternoon for the Austin metro and our eastern counties. Then the main show starts to get going Saturday night, with showers and storms popping up in the hill country. And then we think a line of downpours and storms moves through the hill country after midnight into the first few hours of Sunday morning. This will be weakening as it moves southeast into the metro, but it will provide a severe weather risk into the hill country, getting to the metro near daybreak, but the showers and storms falling apart and just some lingering wet weather through mid to late morning. and then drier weather for the most part, taking over for your Sunday afternoon. So rain chances at 40% Saturday, 60% Saturday night, and dropping back down to 40% during the daylight hours of Sunday, primarily the morning. The severe weather risk Friday night into early Saturday is a 1 out of 5 for just parts of the hill country, but it jumps to a 2 out of 5 for most of the hill country late Saturday into early Sunday, and a 1 out of 5 for most of the metro. Large hail damaging wind, the primary concern there. There's also a low 1 out of 4 flooding risk. Made some adjustments to our rainfall forecast through the weekend. Still think most of us get a 1/4 inch to an inch, which is not a lot of rain. I do think there could be 1 to 3 inch reports in the hill country, but that 1/4 inch or less has now expanded a little farther west into parts of the metro. So those rainfall amounts really dropping off quickly as you head southeast. We dry out into Monday, just a 10% rain chance, then another wet pattern Tuesday through Thursday of next week.